Alright, so one thing we know about the fiddle now is that there's a 5-string pattern, 5 strings worth of pattern right here. Okay, so I'm going to circle them out. This is the 5-string pattern. We only have 4 strings on a fiddle. So at any one point, it's like musical chairs, one of these string patterns is not going to be there. It's not going to be there. Oh my goodness. It's just not going to be there. So let's get a bird's eye view of our cascaded. This is the same thing. AG goes to GE, goes to ED, goes to DC. This is the same thing over here. AG goes to GE, goes to ED, goes to DC, and they're just lined up. So here's a 4, here's a 4, here's a 4. Let's see what goes on with one of these strings. Any one of them. So starting from the bottom here, so this would be starting from like way up here somewhere. This high 6 up here, you know, would be something like this note way up here. So the 7, let's look at the super long pattern. 7 root 2 3 4. And by the way, just incidentally, these are suggested finger patterns from myself. I'm not a finger pattern expert, so I just decided to give each string in our 5-string pattern stack, and then it repeats. But this isn't a repeat of that stack. This is some funny things going on up here. Here's a chromatic. It's just like da-na-na-na. You know, that's not part of a pattern. Okay, that's just chromatic. Alright, there's no scale except the chromatic scale that does that. And then this is whole steps, the big 4 pattern whole steps. We might find a use for that. And where's that? 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the only place there's 4 whole steps. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. Choose anywhere on the keyboard where you're going to play 4 whole steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 in B flat is E flat, F, G, A. The 7th, A is the 7th of B flat. Thank you. Tension and then resolve. So don't worry about the top part of this is not a repeat of this, but the pattern repeats as it should. Let's just zoom in on that for a second and realize this is the pattern. Okay, and it exactly repeats like that. Okay, so it's a 5-string pattern stack is what I'm saying. 5-string pattern stack. So what I did was I just assigned some finger patterns to each string in that pattern stack. I tried to match them up a little bit to something I saw on a fiddle diagram, but yeah, I don't think it's the same. So anyway, that's the best I can offer right now. These shapes are unique. Whole, 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 half, whole, half, whole. But this is the same. All right, so there's a mistake here. Right there, you know, I can tell you right now. So we found a mistake. I told you this is just suggested, but this is a mistake. Why? Because these 2 patterns are exactly the same. So these wouldn't be, you know, these would be the same thing. I'll fix that later. It's not important right now. I once heard a great pianist say on YouTube, whatever you do, never run out of fingers. So it doesn't matter how you do it, but it's important. This is how they teach beginners they teach them string patterns, and eventually, as they learn music, they fit those patterns into scales. So let's look at what happens to one of these patterns. Say we're looking at the 7 root 2. It's the second string in the CA pattern. Okay, now we're going to the left. So C goes to D, goes to E, goes to G, goes to A. Let's play that. C, D, G, C, D, E, G, A. It's an ascending pentatonic scale when we're going to the left. Okay, and the CA shape, I can't play it because it's way up there. Here's our 7 is the second string, then 7 goes to the 4th string, then 7 goes to the 1st string, then 7 goes to the 2nd string, then 7's not there at all. So this kind of thing we could maybe make a circle out of. If we just look at 7 as the ED shape, okay, it's just where the circle goes. So in the one, let's just look at the one that the 7 disappears altogether, which is right here. We don't have the 7 here. Why don't we have the 7 there? Because we don't have the ED shape. Okay, the E shape is here, but we don't have the ED shape because we just haven't climbed up high enough in the ladder. And that's all that is. So these are these shapes that, you know, are fun to play, and about the first 3 of them are up to the wood on the fiddle. So let's look at the 3rd one. The ED shape starts with 7, root 2, 3, and then shape fit 4, 5, 6, 4, 7, root 2, 3, 4. Ah, see, I forgot that 4 again. But we're supposed to be doing pentatonic. Oh, I wanted to do diatonic there because I got the notes here. And then pentatonically it would be just root 2, 3. Now this is an interesting pattern because this is 3 whole steps. But right on top of that, and pentatonically, right on top of that, this is, you know, but you got to remember to extend this past the 2nd time, right? That top string is root. I wanted to hit that B. Now with the guitar, if I wanted to play that sounds like something like this. It would go how did I know that? Just start from the root. Anywhere. I could even start it from the 2nd string. That becomes an A shape. So that's about all we got time for today. So this is, you know, and actually I wanted to touch on the new stuff, which is 2 charts up, and I guess we got maybe time to do this if we talk about it. This is the last thing we're going to cover. After this is the open chords and arpeggios. We can talk about this a little bit. Again, we're looking at the open double cage. Okay, it's like the C cage in the guitar, except it's 2 cages. We call it A and G because we have an A shape and a G shape string shape on the bottom.